great dub last night to start off the season. Kolten, how you doing? How was opening day?
Dude, hey, that was such a vibe, man. I was telling the guys, I was like, I've been in St. Louis, I've been in Milwaukee, and coming here and seeing how excited this crowd was after last year, hey, that was special, man. I enjoyed every part of it.
Is it more? Was it more than St. Louis and Milwaukee? I mean, you got to do a lot in St. Louis and Milwaukee.
This is
Oh,
cool.
you still there, Kolten?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Still
Sorry
there.
about that. I had
No worries.
Did you get a call? That's why. The only time the tech is tight, but there's been twice, I think, where we lose the screen, and that's because, he's a popular guy. He's getting a call.
Oh, he's getting a FaceTime. Who's FaceTiming you? Is Yelly FaceTiming you? Because he's
that was Mama scolding me to get going.
you gotta. She's keeping you to the 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
You got 10. Yes. Go ahead, Kratzy. What were you saying?
No, especially you got to keep it to the 15 minutes because you guys are in man-to-man defense now with 2 kids.
Yes.
But
I tell you what, man, right? She's holding on the fort right now in AZ, so I'm just doing my thing right now. They come and excited for him to get back here, man. It's crazy once you have your own, how you really just can't do much without him.
Congrats, man. Congrats. Now, tell me about the environment. Like, I want to know because I like Seattle. Yeah, hang up that phone. But I like Seattle. Like, not as much as Scott likes Seattle. But, man, that environment looked incredible last night at the game. Tell us about it compared to, like, what you've been through Milwaukee postseason, St. Louis postseason. Like, you're a limelight guy. Was that a limelight game?
Dude, big time. I mean, I was saying it kind of had like a Boston feel, with like the cold weather, but it also had the West Coast vibe. It was crazy, man. Like just seeing Washington for the first time, seeing how excited these guys were. Man, it just blew me away. The intro coming in and seeing everybody getting hype, and then during the game, dude, it was like playoff atmosphere. Like every single big situation, they're on their feet. Every single time Julio stepped up, they're on their feet, man. It was the coolest thing ever. So, it's my 10th year, but it felt like my first, man, last night.
That's awesome, man. Tell us about last night, that last at bat you had. You got hit by a pitch, the pitch clock sequence. I mean, there's a lot of variables going on now this year. So tell me about it, how it went, and what your thoughts are right now on the whole situation.
Yeah, dude, this is my first at bat, first pitch. I almost got banged. I looked up and it was 9 seconds, and it was like one of those like, oh god, just tensed up and kind of like got ready. I was like, oh, I didn't want to be that guy to be banged first freaking pitch. So that was cool. But yeah, man, it's just honestly the bat last night was sick, dude. It was sick. It was a good one against Karnacek. Just trying to battle, trying to do what I can. That dude's he's nasty, like everybody knows. So just trying to lock in, man. Knowing that Ty was on fire last night, I just wanted to get the line moving, keep going, and do what I could. And I was able to work that walk or hit by pitch, and it worked out perfect for us.
Yeah, France got the job done. The bullpen after Castillo was nasty. So that sequence was the game, though. I mean, to me, Karinchak gets called for the violation. I think he was a multiple offender during spring training, too, because he works super slow. That's his thing. So he's still trying to adjust. Yeah. And you could see his expressions, too. He's like, oh, damn, yeah, it happened again. Like, do you feel like the momentum swung towards your side? Because that was the game for the offense right there. Like, he was ahead. Then he eventually issues the walk, then you get on, and then France hits the homer. Like, pitch clock led to some runs to an extent.
Big time, bro. Big time. These guys don't have the opportunity to step out and really collect themselves. And, same for hitters, but for us, like, the more we think, the worse we get, So it works out on our benefit sometimes. I think, seeing that happen, man, like, it was crazy because once that pitch call violation was called, man, the whole crowd just got loud. It got rowdy. It started getting crazy. I was just, dude, I couldn't tell you how excited I was. The vibe there was insane, bro. And, like, the crowd is the reason why we got that inning going. They got in Karnacek pretty quick, and, dude, it was insane. You could just see everything starting to unfold and unravel. And I mean, when Ty made that big hit, bro, that whole place lit up. It was just, you could feel everything shaking. I mean, vibes were going nuts, man, and we were just excited. It was a quick snatch. We didn't score runs. We didn't score any runs until the 8th inning, and then Ty came up big for us. So that was awesome.
Good stuff, man. Hey, I'm a big believer this year there's going to be monster stolen bases, like numbers astronomical, even for yourself. Like, I feel like whatever you had, you're probably going to double it. And I've had some guys in here telling me, listen, you're crazy. They think team-wise there's going to be a lot more, which I do too. Like, What number do you think? Where do you think you're going to be at this year? I feel like, honestly, you're going to be in the 50, 60 range in stolen bases. I feel like there's an opportunity for you.
Dude, people don't give enough credit to how big those bases are, man. It's insane. Spring training, I stole 2 bases in one game. The first one I stole sliding in one. Second, I was like, I'm gonna see if I can stand up and steal this base, and I ended up doing it, dude. It was like, okay, this is gonna be a fun year. My legs stay under me and they stay healthy. I'm gonna get some bags. I mean, I don't really know exactly. I don't want to put a number on it because I don't want to cap myself. But once I start getting on base more often instead of last night, I'm gonna be running. So I'm excited.
Todd, you should see him when you're answering this. He's going, let's go. It's been one of the big debates the last week on the show, because Przinski's also usually on this show with us. And he was like, yeah, there'll be some more stolen bases. And also, it's great. We can misquote him because he's not here right now. But Todd's like, yo, I'm telling you, he's like, some guys might double their stolen base totals. Like, we were looking at the leaders from last year in the American League. Like, Cedric Mullins was top 3. He had, 34? And Todd's like, he might steal 70 this year.
I'm saying 70.
So
I'm telling you, man.
Do you think, what were some of your teammates too? You got some fast teammates. Were some of them saying the same thing? Like, oh my gosh, the game has changed.
Big time, dude. I mean, especially with the pickoffs, because majority of the time you can kind of read these guys now because they know they only have 2 opportunities to pick off. So you're starting to see guys fall into rhythm. You're starting to see guys, with a little, hard head tap and whatnot, and they don't really know exactly how to hide it, yet. So, I definitely think you're gonna see a lot more stolen bases. I mean, the bases are bigger, so we can dive to the back part of the base now when we're getting back, so our leads can get bigger. When you're still in the second, man, the swim move is huge now because you got to cover so much range trying to tag this dude. So it's gonna be awesome, dude. Like, I'm excited to see the game get back to this point where you got grinders out there who are gonna steal the bases, who are gonna put down bunts, do the little things, man, and go the opposite way. It's bringing the beauty of the game back and then speeding it up at the same time. I think all the moves that we've made so far are pretty good.
Todd wants to know if 4.5 inches is huge or not.
To me,
That's
it is.
To you, it is. Yeah.
My man, baby. I love that. I appreciate that.
You were hitting on both sides of it. The bases are bigger, but that, to me, that's negligible. And obviously, I'm not stealing any bases. I'm trying to throw you out. How long do you think the pitchers are going to be able to make the adjustment? Because I'm not even sure. Who's your first base coach in Seattle? I should know this.
Chris Negron.
Oh,
Chris
Negron, your big Cincinnati guy. The
my
Reds.
roomie. That was my roomie.
That's a guy. Hey, that's.
How are you my first base coach now?
That's a dude. Like, he's younger than you. That's awesome. No, but like what are the things that he's telling you guys? Because the best first base coaches, you've had some turd first base coaches, I'm sure, that are just like, you had Q at Milwaukee. That guy's a stud. But the turds who stand over there and they're like, 1, 4, 5. Like, good luck. Like, what's Chris telling you when you're going over there? Like, hey, this guy has no idea. He's a double tap guy, and we go. Like, is he like, hey, this is going to last for a month? Is this going to last the whole season? What are you guys seeing?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, majority of the guys now at first base are incredible, man. They're breaking down guys left and right, just the smallest little things, and we're able to take advantage of those things. And Chris is just as good, as QB. Quinn Berry's one of my favorite dudes, man. He used to lock me in all the time. And I was running nonstop with him, too. And anytime I get thrown out, he'd be like, hey, K-Dub, that's my bad, man. That's my bad. I was like, hey, it's all good, bro. Let's do it. But, it's crazy. These guys put in so much work, and they're constantly finding these little things, little tendencies that pitchers fall into that you tend to overlook. You just kind of see – you think it's part of their delivery, and the next thing you know, like, once you figure out the cue, it's like, holy smokes, bro. I can see this so easy, and it's crazy, man. I think, pitchers are going to have to slow down. They're going to have to be a little more – cautious of what they're doing with their body, and that's the biggest thing with the pitch clock too, is like they don't have the time to do that. So, I think ball's kind of in our court right now, and I think as the season goes, things will slow down. But I'm with you, Todd. I think stolen bases are going to go through the roof this year, and I think guys are ready to do it.
You think? Well, as a catcher, no. You guys are going to start getting thrown out. Like, we got you. They'll have athletic catchers back there. We got you. Is your shoe game real quick? You said Q. Like, is your shoe game, because I know Q's a huge fan of our show, so he's always watching. Is your shoe game more on point than his, or are you guys do you guys tail each other? Do you guys kind of like enjoy each other's game?
I think Q knows the answer to that. My shoe game stomps on his shoe game.
Oh, let's go!
No, man, he's got some fire, bro. He had some last year. I used to always just bring him up every single time, like, damn, bro, those are sick. And he had that little pimp walk at the first base, just
He
I used to always
loves that
put him
short
up, bro.
walk.
Oh, he's the man, man. That dude. Talk about just the kind of guy you need in the clubhouse, a coach, and a player who never forgot, bro. I mean, he kept everything so loose and so relaxed. That whole organization, man. I have nothing but good things to say about Milwaukee. It was one of the best times I had there.
That's awesome. I want to revert back to something else. Hawaii, man. Love that state, man. I've always wanted to either have a game there or have a professional team there, man, because they're so proud. You guys are so prideful out there. You guys love the game of baseball, and it's always warm out there. And I played in Hawaiian Winter League. I played the last year there with the Waikiki Beach Boys. We were champions. Let's go.
Hey,
Watch out. But what do you think about? I mean, wouldn't that be pretty cool to have a game, at least a game there? A couple major league teams or something, have an exhibition. I think that would be so cool, man. Right at the university there. Wouldn't that be awesome?
that'd be insane, dude. I mean, that would be for me. That'd be a dream come true. Being a kid born and raised on that island. For me, the University of Hawaii was our big league team. And we really didn't know much else. You'd watch TV and stuff, but everyone seems so far away when you grew up in Hawaii. So they're just like, oh yeah, that's cool. But dude, I remember, they do that Japanese classic or whatever, and they always have guys go, and that's like where they practice and whatnot. And man, I want to go to that so bad. It was the coolest thing ever. I think Kirby went in 2017. It was the last time they went, and he was telling me, it was like, dude, it's so cool, man. Just being around all the people there, the excitement. I mean, I think we can do it, dude. I know they've done exhibitions and stuff there before, but getting some games out there would be amazing, dude. The people out there love baseball. Like you said, they're passionate, they enjoy it. And you can really just, get a crowd going out there, man. They love it. You give them a little beer out there, and it's all good.
Let's go.
I love it.
Hey, Colton, I have one more for you on the rules, because in my mind, the shift restrictions are also huge. We've been talking a lot about it on the hitting side and how, of course, I mean, lefties are loving it, but position player defense side, for someone like you, I was looking back at when you joined Milwaukee, and Craig Counsell was telling me, like, he has completely changed things for us. I'm like, yeah, no shit. You had Mike Moustakas at second base. It's Kratzy's boy, but I'm like, no offense. Like,
T-Shaw,
they
Mike
had the
Moustakas,
jumbo package at second. Like, they had every guy at second was like a
big beef,
a monster.
Big beef, absolutely.
Now, and even then, like, that's before shift restrictions. They're like, all right, now can we get a guy who's rangy as hell with us in Colton and change things for us? Now take it even a step further where you can show off the range and the athleticism. So what do you think about the shift restrictions?
Dude, I love it, man. I do. I think it just brings back the pureness of the game, bro. You can't take away all these hits from these guys. Oh, man, Freddie Freeman used to line out to me in short right all the time, and I'd feel so bad, dude, catching his line trucks. He's hitting balls me like 106, and I'm right here just, all right, Freddie, got you, bud. It's just like, God. If a guy does that good in a big league game, bro, you cannot take away a line drive in short right field. It just hurt me. But honestly, dude, I love the fact that athleticism is coming back to the game. You got to have guys who respect the game on both sides, who play the game hard on both sides. And I think that's the biggest thing, dude. I think Milwaukee was like the first to kind of start bringing the big boppers in the second base and creating that whole shift routine. And, it was cool, man, because I think it gave guys opportunities. But then you started to see the game kind of go different. You started to not see, the athleticism and the guys out there who like make those crazy plays. I mean, offense is always going to be the biggest thing, but when you see somebody make a good defensive play, it's always fun to watch, and that's one of the things that I think we're bringing back to TV is understand that there's, a lot of different ways to play this game. There's going to be a lot of different people who play this game, but if you can play on both sides of the field and do it really well, I think that respect level for me goes through the roof.
I'm with you. I think the narrative shouldn't be, oh, we're changing the game. We're just bringing it back to what it was. Like, that's what I watched growing up, right? The time, the athleticism, the range on D, all that. We didn't have a billion shifts. Last one from me. Who's the funny guy on the Mariners right now? Because you got this new ball club for you. Like, who's dropping lines left and right? Because it's also good scouting for us, right? Like, Rowdy Tellez comes on the show pretty frequently, and he's a guy where I'm like, the world needs to know, and how ridiculously funny Rowdy Tellez is. He's going to be an international superstar by the time we get through this season on this show. But you got anyone on the Mariners?
Honestly, man, Ty France is probably one of the funniest guys on the team. It's all these first basemen, man. I think they talk so much at first that they just they're so savvy and they're so smart with what they say, man. He comes up with some funny things. So, I got to give it to the first baseman. I feel like they get to talk to guys more than we do. So they tend to pick up on some cool jokes and stuff, and they try to make it their own. So I'll say, for sure, Ty is a funny guy on our team right now.
If you're awkward, like, and you can't talk at first, like, it's got to be brutal. I'm sure there were some. We'll get some stories from you guys after, but right?
I got one right
You
out the
got
gate.
one? All right, save it. We'll talk. We'll let him go. He's got to go back to man-on-man press there.
Yeah.
Kolten, thank you so much, man. Happy
you.
opening day in baseball season. We appreciate having you on, and would love to have you again sometime.
Anytime, fellas. Thank you guys for having me, man. This was a blast.